We have a loaded college basketball and NBA slate on this Tuesday, February 6th. And guess what? I've got a few best bets for you. This is the Free Three. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday, I gave you guys a quick video where I gave out two very quick plays, and guess what? They both lost. I know. It's frustrating. 0-2 on the day. We lost on Claxton's points and rebounds as he's got the points. He just didn't get the rebounds. And that was actually very shocking considering the fact that Warriors-Nets game went under. But hey, hate to see that there. And then we also lose on the two-team steam as Kansas ends up losing outright in overtime. Virginia handles business, but Kansas ends up losing in a tough spot. I had a feeling there was a chance that K-State was going to cover the points there, like I mentioned in the video. I just didn't think Kansas was going to lose outright. Very tough loss there. 0-2 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here. Still over 500 for the month of February. Hopefully we can turn things around. Still beginning of the month, so we got a lot of time. Stick with me, my friends. And as again, we have the Super Bowl this weekend, so I'll be dropping a lot of picks and plays for that. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Share this video with somebody who knows who sports bets, so this way we can continue to crush the books together. Now let's dive into these best bets. For my first best bet of the day, we're going to go to the NBA hardwood, and I'm actually going to go to a late night matchup as we've got the Suns who are taking on the Milwaukee Bucks here, and I have to back the Suns in this matchup, -3.5, -110 odds on DraftKings. Now, you guys know I'm not a big fan of taking sides in the NBA, but we're at that point now in the season where I can start doing that a little bit more comfortably because we're getting a little bit more information, we have a little bit more incentive, we have more storylines to go off of, and it's just getting a little bit more predictable. Now, the injuries in the NBA obviously are still not predictable, and there's not much we can do about that. But overall, there's a few things that we can bank on, and one of the things we can bank on is this. Doc Rivers, he's in Milwaukee now. You know what that means. It's fade time for the Milwaukee Bucks. I ain't saying that the Bucks are automatic fade, but the one thing about Doc Rivers and his teams, they always are gonna fold. I know it's not playoff time just yet, and I know Doc Rivers is still just trying to get his feet wet there with that new Bucks team, but I just don't really like this spot for them against a Suns team that is figuring it all out, especially on the offensive side, now that they've gotten their big three healthy. And on the other side, the Bucks are just decimated with injuries. If you look at the injury report for tonight's matchup, we don't even know who might be playing for this team. Giannis Antetokounmpo right now is probable with a knee injury. Damian Lillard's questionable with an ankle injury. Chris Middleton is probable with a knee injury. Brook Lopez, he's going through some personal issues right now, so he's questionable. Andre Jackson Jr. is wrist injury. So all these guys are game time decisions. I don't know who's going to play, but even if they all do play, I still like the Suns to win this game and cover this 3.5 number, because what the Suns do really good, the Bucks are really bad at. Now, the Bucks have struggled defensively all year. We know that. That's one of the reasons why they fired Adrian Griffin and brought in Doc Rivers. And one of the main reasons why they struggle defensively is, one, because of Brook Lopez. The way that he defends the basketball, and especially the pick and roll, just puts them really susceptible to guard play because he drops so far down into the lane that it leaves the perimeter in the mid-range wide open. But I can't blame it only on Brook Lopez, but he's one of the main reasons. Obviously, Damian Lillard is not the best defensive guard in the league. He's no Drew Holiday for sure. And then Giannis is another guy who likes to hang out near the rim to block shots, grab rebounds. He's not really trying to come out to the perimeter as often. And because of that, again, it's leaving the middle of the paint and the top of the key wide open. And if there's any team right now that can take advantage of that, it's the Suns. Not only is KD a sniper from the mid-range, but you know Devin Booker's a mid-range sniper, and Bradley Beal is just coming off 40 points in his last game, and he's now starting to get his footing as well. The things that the Suns do really good, the Bucks struggle with defensively, and I think that is going to be the big difference in this game today. Not to also mention that the Bucks have been playing slower underneath Doc Rivers. Obviously, we have a small sample size, only 2-3 games to go off of, but they've slowed down already in pace of play since they've signed Doc Rivers, and as a result, I think that is also going to play into the hands of the Suns, who are one of the highest half-court offenses in terms of usage in the half-court of any team in the NBA. So if you're going to slow the ball down, you're going to allow the Suns to set up their offense in the half court. You're going to let Durant do what he wants to do, Devin Booker get to his spots. I just don't think that there's enough defenders on the Bucks side where they're going to really be able to stop the Suns from being able to get whatever they want to get. Now, keep in mind that this Suns offense is now finding their rhythm. The trio is scoring 131 points per game per 100 possessions, and the defense has been improving steadily as well. They're now in the top 15 in defensive efficiency as well. So because of that, I think that this matchup just really sets up really well for this Suns team. And I love the fact that they're at home today as well. So give me the Suns -3.5 at home as our first best bet of the day. For our second best bet of the day, we're going to go to a player prop here, and we're going to go to this Knicks and Grizzlies matchup, and I got to go with the big man, Isaiah Hartenstein, over 11.5 rebounds. You can get that at -105 on BetMGM. Now, I love the form that Isaiah Hartenstein has been in, the big man for the Knicks. He's been absolutely grubbing on the board since Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle has gone down with injuries, and that's exactly what the Knicks need, and I think this is the perfect team to exploit this angle, considering the fact that the line for the Grizzlies team total in this game is less than 100. When was the last time we've seen a team total less than 100 in the NBA? I mean, that's rare. But that's also because the Grizzlies literally have nobody right now. And I mean that in the most, nicest way possible. Shout out to all the younger guys who are getting an opportunity to play in the NBA level. But there's no Jaren Jackson Jr., no Desmond Bane, no Xavier Tillman, obviously no Ja Morant, no Derrick Rose, no Marcus Smart. So the whole squad for this Grizzlies team is gone. They're injured. They traded away Steven Adams. So because of that, I don't know who's going to score for this Grizzlies team. But if they miss shots, then I know Hartenstein's going to be there to grab the rebounds because that's what he's been doing. If you look at it over the last 5 games, he's been averaging 12 rebounds per game. And some of his recent game logs against the Lakers on Saturday, he had 15 rebounds. Against the Pacers last Thursday, 19 rebounds. Against the Utah Jazz on that previous Tuesday, 12 rebounds. So he's gonna go after these boards, and I love the fact as well that the Grizzlies have been getting killed by centers all year on the boards, giving up the 5th most rebounds to centers of any team in the NBA. We've seen other big men be able to grub. Draymond Green had 12 rebounds against them the other day. Sabonis had 26 rebounds last week against the Grizzlies. Jalen Smith from the Pacers, he had 10 rebounds. And more big men would probably grab more if they were not getting blown out. So for me, I think that this is a game where if it stays close, which I don't know if it will because the Knicks can easily blow this team out, but I think the good thing is Tom Thibodeau, he's still going to run these guys regardless. You know that. I mean, he might rest Brunson, he might rest like DiVincenzo, some of the other guys, but like more of a role player like Hartenstein, you know Thibodeau is going to completely run the brakes off these guys. 30, 40 minutes a game I'm expecting to see from them unless it's just like a 30-point blowout win for the Knicks. So because of that, I'm not even really worried about the blowout factor in this matchup as much as if I was, looking at the Cavaliers or the Clippers or some of the other teams. So I think Hartenstein should be able to grab these rebounds today, considering that we have a low team total for the Grizzlies, the fact that nobody's playing for them, and the fact that the Grizzlies give up a ton of rebounds. And also keep in mind that these teams faced off on the 13th of September, the Knicks and the Grizzlies did. Hartenstein played 42 minutes in that game, finished with 20 rebounds. So for me, I don't need him to go 40 minutes today, and I don't need 20 rebounds. We just need 12. The form that he's been in, there's no reason why I don't think he should be able to grab this amount today. So give me Isaiah Hartenstein over 11.5 rebounds as our player prop of the day. Now for our third and final best bet, we're going to go over to the college basketball slate. And I was tempted to do a 2-team steam, but I'm going to take a little break on 2-team steams for a little bit as we've just been getting killed on the one leg here and there. So I'm just going to go with one side, one spread, and we're going to go to that Utah State and Nevada game. And I'm going to take Utah State at home, -5.5. It's normally a little bit higher than the key number, but it's okay, -110 odds. Now, I really like this Utah State team, especially when they're at home, because they're very, very hard to beat at home. They're actually undefeated this year at home. They are 10-0 at home. Their only 3 losses on their 19-3 record have come on the road. One at Bradley, one at New Mexico, and then on Saturday against San Diego State was their 3rd loss. So now this Utah State team finds themselves 7-2 in conference, still atop of the conference standings there in the Mountain West, ranked in the top 50 on both offensive and defensive efficiency. I think that they're going to cause a lot of problems for this Nevada team that can score the ball and can also defend the ball, but they struggle away from home. They're 17-5 this year, 4-4 in conference play, but 3 of their 4 losses in conference have come on the road. They lost at San Diego State, they lost at Wyoming, which was a terrible loss for them. And then they also lost to New Mexico as well, not to mention their neutral floor loss to Drake earlier in the year. So because of that, I think that Utah State has the home court advantage here. One of the toughest home courts in all of college basketball, especially in the Mountain West. And considering how Nevada has struggled on the road, I like Utah State here. I truthfully am going to try to grab this game live at like 3.5 or lower, but I am not opposed to you laying the 5.5 number, as I do think they'll be able to get it done. And the reason why Utah State should be able to get it done is because they have the size advantage inside. Led by big man Great Osobor, the transfer from Montana State. He's averaging 19 points and 9.5 rebounds per game. There's nobody that Nevada has who can really stop him on the inside, and that's really what Utah State's banking on. They don't shoot a ton of threes, and they're not really good at shooting threes, but inside the paint, they're one of the best teams in all of college basketball in terms of 2-point percentage. 11th actually in the nation in 2-point field goal percentage, and they get 58% of their points from 2-pointers. So they're not going to try to play outside of their lane or do what they don't do best. So because of that, they're going to force you to defend them on the inside. They're going to get to the free throw line, but on the defensive side, they're going to force you to match their 2-pointers because they're not trying to give up a lot of 3-pointers. Even though they're only ranked 264th in 2-point percentage on defense, they're ranked 8th on 3-point percentage defensively. Utah State is. So because of that, I think that is going to play a big factor in this game today. Nevada is just going to struggle grabbing rebounds and really being able to keep Utah State from inside the paint there. So because of that, I like the fact that Utah State has the home court advantage. We've seen Nevada struggle on the road, and I expect that to continue today. So give me Utah State minus 5.5. But like I said, I'll probably maybe wait to see if you can grab this number a little bit cheaper live, but they should cover this 5.5 number. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that are headed your way on this Tuesday card. We're taking Suns minus 3.5 in that late night 10 o'clock matchup. We're going to go with Isaiah Hartenstein over 11.5 rebounds. And then we're going to go with Utah State minus 5.5 as our third and final best bet. For more picks and plays and some of my other premium plays, make sure you click the link in the description. Join our free Discord group. So this way you can get some of the added college basketball, NBA player props, and other added plays that we're going to drop throughout the day. All right, my friends? Appreciate all the love and support that you're always showing here on the channel, and let's continue to bounce back. Hopefully tomorrow we'll celebrate a sweep, another winning day on the channel, and as always, dictate your fate. Happy birthday to my sister, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, guys.